So I wasn't planning on reading today, says every reader ever. And honestly, in a sense, this isn't a reading. Well, it's a reading for myself. I feel a little bit called out by these cards today. I think I've been feeling like there's just some information that I've been holding back on. And I think it involves like my purpose and why I'm putting myself on a public platform. And in some sense, like, I feel like I've been building up this like sense of courage to be more raw, authentic, like vulnerable, because I think there's a real need for it. And part of the reason I'm drawn to these readings is because these readings, like, that people post on YouTube actually kind of saved my life in a way, when I was going through a really dark time. And I want to be able to also provide that comfort and support for somebody else that's going through a dark time. But I feel like when I was going through that dark time, I was really desperate to find people who were experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing. And I didn't really find that exactly, you know? And I think if you've come to this space of spiritual awakening, like, it wasn't easy to get here. Like, I don't think that is the case for most people. I think people that come across this path is because life has given them challenges or challenge after challenge, trying to wake them up. And in some cases, I almost feel like life goes to extremes to make sure that you're really getting the point, right? And for me, I feel like the message that kept coming across my path, the thing that was really challenging me, was this idea that we are not our physical bodies. And I think that I come from maybe a line, like an ancestry of people who are super attached to that. And it's completely understandable. Most of us have been operating in the 3D world for so long, like, we've become very attached to whatever this is and kind of caught up in the details of it. But I know that personally, my analysis of the details of this physical form sent me spiraling into like a really dark place, to the point that I was really open for anything. Like, I was just desperate. And I think some of us that find ourselves in this space, we do come here out of a place of desperation, right? Where we're hurting, we're in pain, and we're like, I will try anything. Like, I need to get out of this space, this mentality, like whatever it is, whatever is causing this like acute suffering, I need to get out of it. You know what I mean? And I consider myself a very resilient person. You probably do too. And you probably are. If you're coming across this message, I have no doubt that you're very resilient. But as I was saying, like, just something I was really missing from some of these readings is, I always wonder what got people to this space, right? What was the catalyst for spiritual awakening? And I know that's a very personal question, and nobody is under any obligation to share that personal information. But I couldn't help but think that, when I was going through my dark night of the soul, in some ways I'm still trying to crawl out of it. I really wanted and was like craving somebody to get like on the ground with me and be like, this is like some of the hard stuff that I went through, just to feel like somebody could relate to me. Really, that's it. Not to compare circumstances or anything like that. I just wanted to see like a beacon of hope, like, wow, if this person could get out of that mentality that they were stuck in, this pattern, this loop, if they could do it, then I could do it. Like, there was no real blueprint for how to get out of whatever it is. And I'm not saying that by me putting out this video that it's going to be a blueprint for you, because it's not. Like, everybody's journey is unique. But I do think that some of us come across like similar patterns, right? Like similar challenges that we're facing on this journey, like mindsets that we're trying to take apart, right? And put back together. And I just want to find those people, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that for me, like, for some reason, I had always struggled with this physical form, and like, I felt like it held the key to my like happiness and my like identity for some reason. Like, it was always like, when I meet this physical milestone, then I will be happy. Then I will attract the relationships that I'm meant to be in. Then I will feel good about myself. Then I can finally love myself. It was always once this happens, then this. Like, if I lose X amount of weight, if I do this, if I do that. Something always like with the physical body for some reason. And because of that, like, I became very obsessed with health and like nutrition and all this stuff. And the universe like came down in some like really hard ways, where I think it was trying to wake me up, like, hey, like, you can have health goals, but depending on the energy in which you're like approaching these goals, it's not going to make you happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's something along the lines of like, you can have a goal and the goal is innocent, right? The goal doesn't have morality attached to it, like losing weight or being healthy or something like that. But you can come at it at a direction of self-love in a sustainable way that, comes from loving yourself. Or you can come at just like this extreme uncomfortability, right? And this kind of like self-loathing, which is just kind of, one, like, probably not going to get you to your goal, but if it does, like, it's going to get you to your goal in a really unhealthy way. And also, it's kind of realizing that, life is never about the goal. It's always about the journey getting there, right? Like, what are you learning about yourself on the way to getting healthy? You know what I mean? Whatever that means for you. But yeah, I still feel myself holding back. I've got some videos that I haven't posted. But I guess I want to put out a general message, like, and it's funny, I feel like these cards are like a warning. It's like you really need to let go of this thing. You know what I mean? Like, and I just wonder if there are people out there who've gone through spiritual awakening who are still having trouble like letting go of the catalyst that pushed them to spiritual awakening, whatever that was, And I just want to let you know that you're not alone. Like, I'm still trying to figure out that letting go process. Like, I'm still really trying to figure it out, because I can exist in this mindset and this mentality of, I learned so much from this thing that happened to me, but at the same time, I'm still struggling with it. You know what I mean? Like, there's still evidence in my day-to-day existence of something that I'm struggling with, and it's hard. And making these videos is just like a really, really important piece of like healing that. And I guess I just want to say that when you hold yourself back from doing the things that you want to do, interacting in the way that you want to interact and share in the way that you want to share, you're doing yourself a huge disservice because you don't get to see the best parts of you. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's important for you to do the things that you want to do, so that you can see the best aspects of yourself. And I guess this is all really summing up into some type of like radical self-love or radical self-acceptance journey, because I feel like personally, that's what I've been struggling with. And sometimes it feels so shameful to admit that. Like you should, on a basic level, be able to accept or love yourself, right? It's like a basic need. And to be like an adult and still be like, damn, like I'm still really struggling with this like very basic thing. It's hard. It's like a kick. It's like a kick to the gut. It's a kick to like your pride, you know, especially if you feel like you are a strong person. You know, you are strong, you are vulnerable, whatever. Like, it's just hard. It's hard that I'm like, this is my lesson, really? And it's challenging. But I don't know where else to go with this conversation, because I just wanted to put that out there. And I'm still really building myself up to be more vulnerable on this platform, in hopes that it's going to help transform and transmute some of this pain and some of this energy that I've just been experiencing, and helping others at the same time do the same thing, right? And kind of cut through the illusion of separation, of feeling like you're really alone in this like spiritual awakening, right? You're really alone in this, whatever this catalyst was that propelled you to be in this space. But yeah. Anyway, I hope this helped at all. I have no idea what I'm going to title this video. I just hope it reaches the people that it's supposed to reach, even if it seems like incredibly vague. Even if it seems incredibly vague, I hope in some way this was helpful for you, at least in the sense of knowing like you're not alone. Just because you spiritually awaken, like it doesn't mean everything's over. It doesn't mean everything's all good. You know what I mean? And I'm not in the spirit of wanting to like marinate in trauma or commiserate, right? I really want to find a way for us to have strength together to persevere. Yeah, because we're all on this journey of becoming the most unlimited, uninhibited, free version of ourselves. I know that my personal affirmation is I want to flow through life with spontaneity and ease, you know? So if you resonate with that, feel free to follow me along in this journey. I mostly am doing card readings. Like I said, card readings have really helped me. And I feel like I have something to give back in that arena. 14:14 on the clock. All right. I will see you later.